What's up, Trash Talkers? Here at Veteran Trash Talk, we actually vet our sponsors. We don't just take their money and run like a Butterbar lieutenant lost on the land nav course. Are you finally ready to plant your flag and claim your territory? Maybe it's time to use that VA loan to buy a home. Or hell, maybe you're looking to refinance and put some extra cash in your pocket for more questionable life decisions. Either way, the Veterans Mortgage Source, powered by Canopy Mortgage, has your six. Look, buying a home or refinancing can feel like getting overrun on a bad op. Chaotic, confusing, and full of obstacles that make no damn sense. That's where Corey and his team come in. They're like the QRF of home loans, ready to pull you out of the chaos and guide you to the best program for you. And trust me, they'll answer all your questions. Yeah, even the dumb ones. Whether you're a salty vet or fresh out of barracks still trying to figure out where your TA-50 went. Great service, solid rates, and a team that actually understands the military life. That's why all of us here at Veteran Trash Talk trust them to do right by every veteran and their family. Ready to lock it in? Give Corey a call or shoot him a text at 808-699-7874. That's 808-699-7874. Don't wait. Unless you like overpaying and getting treated like an FNG. The Veterans Mortgage Source is powered by Canopy Mortgage, LLC. All loans are subject to credit and property approval.
Today we got Joe, Trigger Joe Britson.
All right, let's go. Going to try to get a matchup with a gun.
But this is just a distance. When I start throwing it around, I can make one hell of a mess. Let's dance.
Multiple occasions. Wow, looks like they're going to swim the area.
And he wasn't kidding. Wow! It's very rare.
Another one.
It really poses the question, what do you want to do? Do you want to take a chance and risk getting knocked out? Oh my God! My God!
Take care of business, trying to get to the... Oh! It's a knockout! Oh my! It's a knockout!
And closing it! Trying to finish it! And it's over!
Because I'm going to take this foot and I'm going to whop you on that side of your face. There's not a goddamn thing you can do about it.
Clock is brought to you by Mobile.
I killed it!
And we have a new nickname. Okay, we have William Send It 7 Pearson. All right, other than that, we used to call him Willie Pete. We used to call him the Mad Russian.
Now you're gonna get it, Bobby!
I think you've had enough. No? Now you've had enough.
bitch.
Wow. How good is this?
Another one.
Everybody gets triggered. It's just that you become a pansy. That's in the book of Brawl.
I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
You called down the thunder, well now you got it.
Gotta be very careful. All right, Trash Talkers, Gruntworks Nation, we are live for your midweek gambling show on UFC and soon to be NFL. We are going to brag a little bit because these boys went perfect. Bill went perfect on the entire main card and both of their parlays hit. And as I texted the group, you guys don't know this, but I normally bet $10 on Bill's parlay. I accidentally put another 0 on it. And so my bank account grew by 300 instead of 30. So appreciate Bill, and the bank error in your favor is Monopoly.
They said another scotch was a bad idea.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's on them this time.
And then again, we're not live on Facebook, so you're going to have to follow us on X and or YouTube. We will no longer do this show live on Facebook because Facebook sucks. And in the immortal words of the Big Earl, Facebook is gay. All right, and everyone knows that if you're gay, you cannot reproduce, and you're not a productive member of society. So let's just leave that alone. Can we say that on YouTube? We might get.
I enjoy being off Facebook. I can tell you that much because we wouldn't have said that shit back then.
No. I'm just. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, it's like there's a lot of things wrong with it, but Facebook sucks. All right, it just sucks. But all right, how was your guys' week besides just being perfect? Let's start with the champ, Trigger Joe.
Yeah, phenomenal. Chasing babies and knocking Vegas's lights out. They
there you go.
very, very, very stupidly, I don't think they'll do it again. Gave me a 50% boost on a WNBA game. And I was like, you know what? Just for shits and gigs, I'm going to make them pay for that one and turn $10 into 260. Like, I was like, I don't think I'll get another WNBA boost. But it was Caitlin Clark and Asia Wilson. I was like, I know those teams.
Yeah,
I'm not much of a sports nerd where everyone. So they're probably pretty pissed off at us. They're definitely going to be more angry after this card, though, because there's a few locks here, and I think we've sorted them out.
I love it. Yeah, we were talking about the Pat McAfee show pre-show. I love that show. If you don't watch him, watch him. That show is fire.
Chef's kiss, Aaron Rodgers. So
what nobody on the floor jumped on was when Pat said it there real passive aggressively. He goes, "What? Why did they even start the WNBA?" And everybody thought it was like he was like saying like, it's stupid. It's like, no. Why did we start it? We started it because it's the women's league, right? Like we gave them their own league, and the NBA financed it. Like, and we're gonna let dudes come play. You want dudes to play in it? Oh yeah, okay. No. All right. Well, send it 7. How was your week, man? What's been going on?
Anytime your week starts after going perfect on a full flight card and your parlay hits, it's been great. Been super busy at the new job, but I love it. And again, anytime Joe and I can brag that we went perfect, you're making money with us.
There you go.
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to do a new format. Right now, the score for this quarter is the artillery has jumped out to a 4-0 lead on the crazy Big Earl point schematics last week, and he took full advantage of it. So the current champ has some work to do.
Don't sweat it, infantryman. This new point skill sounds like a lot, but it can be made up in a week.
Yeah, it can be made up in 5 minutes if I decide it. but it is. It is what it is. So these guys are not going to break down every fight. It's going to be a little more rapid fire because we got to get ready for the NFL season, as well as we are going to start shopping for more sponsors. as we are trying to get away from the Facebook era and, just get some real people who want to really support veterans issues and pay veterans, because every sponsorship dollar goes to paying all of our admin who run VTT Official, Veteran Trash Talk, Gruntworks, the guys on the screen right now that take their time to make you money if you choose to bet on it. So just, again, this is a gambling show, so there is the disclaimer. If you don't have money, don't gamble. Stick around to the end, or if you're listening on the podcast, stick around or watching. If you tune in later or tomorrow or the next day, you can fast forward to the end. We don't really care because I'm going to tell you how to bet on exactly what these guys are saying. Okay, let's get into it. It's 4-0. All right, rapid fire. We're going to start with the champ. We got a welterweight fight, and we got Billy Ray Golf coming in at 9-4 in this welterweight fight versus Ty Miller at 7-0. Now, it would be really hard for me as a person who grew up watching 80 movies to not go with Billy Ray, because he's feeling good and looking good, Lewis. All right, anybody picking up that one? But I mean, big girls go Billy Ray, even though they're going to say no. But Billy Ray, all right, he's going to win because nobody named Ty Miller is worth half a shit. All right, all right, champ, who do we got?
Yeah, you're not going to like it. Look, Billy Ray's been off for over a year, so I got Ty Miller in this one. I just think he's too good of a prospect, and a lot of juice on him this week. So apparently Vegas agrees, but I think he wins a tough decision, and Billy Ray won't make it easy.
All right, decision by the champ. Bill, what say you?
I kind of go back and forth on this one. Only to type of finish. I got Ty Miller as well. So does Vegas. He's a -425 based on which place you're looking at. Ty Miller all the way. I floated with a TKO on this one, but I'm kind of with Joe on this one. I think it's going to be a decision. If you do want to bet on it, which I don't recommend. Actually, I do recommend. If you do bet on it, throw it in a parlay. Don't go bet on this one way for a finish. Take Ty Miller to win. The finish could go either way. But Ty Miller, I'm going to throw it in a parlay I'll talk about later.
Perfect. Okay. Now you see when Chris puts up when our Marine in the background puts up the QR codes, that's our main sponsor. All right, they sponsor all of our shows, and that's the Veterans Mortgage Source powered by Campy Mortgage and Corey Dow, a good friend of ours. But anyways, this fight is a women's strawweight fight, and it happens to be Bill's fight breakdown. Now, this is what we're going to start new here. All right, this is where he's going to go a little bit more in depth in these fighters and tell you what to bet on. And then Joe will have his breakdown as well. But let's start with the Send It 7 breakdown. We're going to say brought to you by
Gotta get a sound effect for Send It 7's breakdown in the future.
Yeah, by Ariel Resupply Coffee. All right, we got to get him to send us some more coffee so we can keep plugging him. But yeah, Michael Klemler, paratrooper. All right, he's the one who's going to sponsor Send It 7's breakdown.
So if you've been following the show, I'm kind of good at the female fights. So Amanda Lemos, she's been a steadfast player in the game for a long time. She's just on the downslope for sure. But she's if you don't train for her, she can come in and upset you. I don't think that's going to happen in this fight. I mean, she's coming off 2 straight losses to Jillian Robertson and Tatiana Suarez. Before that, she won one in a decision. That was pretty boring. Then she lost to Verna Jandiroba. Won one against Mackenzie Dern, but then she lost to Weili Zhang. This isn't a bad loss, but it's still a loss. And she's been exposed is the best way to put it. Alexia Tainara is an up-and-coming fighter. She doesn't have a lot of fights in the UFC. She's one of another fighter that came off the Contender Series and then went straight into – she won a decision, then she went into a submission win, and then 2 decision wins, one of them being – she submitted Molly McCann, which was impressive, being straight out of the Contender Series. So, honestly, I got Tainara on this one. She's also going to be in my parlay. Although I think Amanda Lemos is good enough to last to a decision, and I think Tainara still needs a little bit more UFC time before she really starts dominating anybody. So I got Alexia Tainara by decision. This will also be in my parlay. So absolutely take Alexia Tainara to win this one. Amanda Lemos is on the downslope, 2-fight losing streak. I don't see her getting another win on this one. I think she's going to go straight to another third fight loser streak based off decision. Alexia Tainara, money line.
Money line. Okay. What say you, Trigger Joe?
Yeah, I like the pick. And if Alexia Tainara's camp is smart, and I believe they are, and this girl says all the right things and seems like she has the right attitude, and she's shaped perfect for that division, meaning her shoulders aren't the biggest muscle in her body. So when she starts throwing her hips around and tossing people, she's dominant. And the girl's got 7 submissions. Amanda Lemos's kryptonite is hitting the ground. The only chance she has is to stand and clip this girl on the way in. I think she's smarter than that. I think she's tougher than that. I think she gets inside on Amanda Lemos, gets a hip toss, and gets her out of there before round 3. I think I got Alexia Tainara by second round sub.
Very nice.
Yeah. And that's very possible as well.
All right, let's get to a rapid fire one. Just tell us who's going to win it. All right, it's a featherweight fight, and we got Darren Elkins at 29-12 versus Yadir Del Valle. All right, we'll let Trigger Joe say that name, but who's going to win this and how?
Yeah, another fight that's going to make me want to take a shower after I watch it. Darren Elkins has the damage tattooed across his chest because that's what you're fucking looking at. I got Yadir Del Valle, and I'm actually going to take him by decision just because Elkins is very good at not getting finished, and this guy's not a natural-born finisher, but the age difference is like 13 years. I got Yadir Del Valle.
Very nice. All right, send it 7. What say you?
I mean, Joe hit the nail on the head. Deval, I mean, Vegas agrees too. I think Deval's a minus 700 or something crazy right now. Darren Elkins, he's just good at taking damage, hence the tattoo. That's just why I think it's going to go to decision. If he was fighting like a real striker or a real grappler, I would take Darren Elkins to be finished. Deval just doesn't have that yet. And Elkins is great at taking punishment. So take Deval by decision on this one, but Deval will also be in parlays. He's minus 700 favorite, and I agree with that.
All right. We're moving right along, which is a good thing. We got a lightweight fight for the co-main event of the evening. And we got Diego Ferreira coming in at 19-7 versus Billy Quarantillo at 18-7. And we'll stay with send it 7 because this happens to be his point pick.
Ooh. All right. I'm going Diego Ferreira on this one. This is actually going to be a close fight. I'm this close to picking Quarantillo, just because he can burn you on a parlay. He's known to do that. I think both these guys, I think this one will actually be one of the better fights to watch, to be honest with you. I think it's going to be close. And both these guys are going to go in there throwing hands. Quarantillo is coming off, again, another guy coming off of 2 straight losses, a submission finish and a KO in the 3rd round. But he's still fought in some good guys. I mean, I think the first round knockout Barbosa gave him really changed his career for the worse. Yeah. But then you go look at Diego Ferreira, another guy coming off of 2 straight losses, one of them a finish. But then he beat Mateusz Rebecki and Michael Johnson. But before that, he had 3 straight losses, 2 of them being TKOs. So screw you, Nick, for making this my point pick. I mean, both these guys get finished, and both these guys can somehow beat guys that they shouldn't beat. So I'm going Diego Ferreira on this one. But you know what? I'm going to go with the decision. I think both these guys will be too careful to not get snuffed out by the other one. So I got Diego Ferreira by decision.
Bill playing it careful again with his 4-point lead. All right. I don't want to talk into another knockout and get him 3 points. But all right. Trigger Joe, what say you on the co-main?
So this isn't my point pick, or it is?
No, it's not your point pick. This is Send It 7's point pick.
Okay. Well, I mean, we switched up the way we did things last week. And yeah. Well, I got you.
That's because I didn't. That's because I didn't pick anyone last week.
So
and you both disagreed on 2. So
yeah, I agree. I've watched 7 different sharps today, and I watched certain guys that I really trust, and some guys that have the balls to call the upsets when they're there. And I just man, I don't see it. Okay, with Billy Quarantillo, I don't see it. With him getting knocked out by 40-something-year-old Cub Swanson, I think that means his chin definitely has the potential to be knocked out by Diego Ferreira. He's got more power. He's got a 4-inch reach advantage. I love Billy Q. He's had a great career, but I think Diego clips him, and I think it's another third round alpha damage like Cub Swanson did him. I think Diego clips him with something big in the third after 2 really good rounds where they might be a little touched up. But Billy Q's always been a point fighter. He doesn't throw big bombs. He throws more punches. But Diego, he's caught a couple guys in pencil stiff and slept them. So I've got him by TKO in the third.
All right, very nice. Okay, let's go to the main event of the evening. And we got a lightweight fight with Mateusz Garmat at 26-4 versus Salkild at 12-1. Now, this one will be brought to you by 10th Mountain Whiskey. We love 10th Mountain Whiskey. This is a breakdown. This happens to be the champ's breakdown. All right, he gets to break down this fight, give us the ins and outs of how to bet it, who's going to win, all that great stuff. And if you go to 10th Mountain Whiskey, all right, you put in the code VTT, you get yourself a little bit of discount. All right, and they got great spirits, award-winning spirits. So go check their website out. They've been a big supporter of ours for a very, very long time. And this also happens to be Joe's point pick. So break it down, champ, and also give us how it's going to go.
Well, I'll make the fighter the tension. I'll kill that right now. I've got Sal killed, and I'll tell you why. Mateusz Gamrot has been like the needle for everybody. If you have problems with your gas tank, if you have problems with wrestling, this guy can give you trouble. He's like the Energizer Bunny. He's going to keep shooting takedowns, but you know what? He's not a natural finisher. He scores points on controlling guys on the ground. And with what we've seen from Quinlan Salkild in his last 5, he has been an absolute terminator. He's fight young, plus about 12 years younger than Gamrot. Or I'm sorry, not 12, but I think it's Gamrot's 34 or 37, but Salkild's in his early or mid 20s. And he has looked better in every single fight. And they fed him a veteran in his last fight, which was Benil Dariush, and he made him look silly. Out of his last 5 fights, only 1 has seen the second round. This kid is dangerous on the feet. He's a black belt on the ground, and the last time Mateusz Gamrot got on the ground with a black belt, his name was Charles Oliveira, and he lost by sub. So I'm having trouble making my mind up as to how Salkild gets this done. But I honestly think with the way this kid has dominated, the way he's finished, it's looked violent, and then he's looked over his shoulder like, hey, who's next? Like, he's got a point to prove. And I think he takes this very seriously. Gamrot shoots 1 too many takedowns, and he either eats a knee or a right hand on the way in. And I've got Quinlan Salkild by 3rd round knockout.
Ooh, 3rd round knockout. All right, send it 7. What say you?
Very similar. Right off the bat, Salkild for sure. What I've been arguing with myself with all week is type of finish, if at all, because Mateusz Gamrot is a durable guy. But Salkild has shown he's got a different type of power behind him that not a lot of fighters have. I mean, he's gone off, 3 or 4 first-round finishes? There's something in his power. And Joe mentioned something when you talked about, which is why I'm going with a second-round KO. I think Mateusz knows he doesn't want to stand with him. I think he's going to shoot, and I think he's going to get knocked out with a knee straight to his jawline. So I got Quinlan Salkild by 2nd round KO with a knee.
All right,
he knocked out the Indian hype train Jubilee in 19 seconds. Nasrat Hapcrest in the 1st round. Jamie Malarkey in the 1st round, and knocked out Benil Dariush in the 1st round. Those are his last 4. So he's a tough
that's
kid.
Some wins. That's some wins. All right. Best part of the show, fans listening on the podcast platforms. Hopefully Chris puts them up. Hey, FanDuel, wouldn't mind a sponsor here, seeing as, you might as well just pay us a sponsor because we're taking all your money anyways. Yeah, and we're using yours. Okay, let's go to the Big Earl's four-legger, brought to you by Trigger Joe.
All right, we are gonna start this off in the prelims and then move up to the main card. I've got Manuel Sosa over Richie Miranda. I think Richie Miranda's way too slow for him. I got Manuel Sosa walking away with that one. And then Alexia Tainara over Amanda Lemos. I really like that pick. Yadier Del Val, if you lose to Darren Elkins, you should retire. He's the biggest favorite on the card. And skipped right over Ty Miller and Billy Goff. But I think Ty Miller gets it done. Money line. Pretty safe, four-legger, plus 174 if you don't have any boost. 75 gets you 130. You end up walking away with 205 after you get your stake back.
All right, there you have it, fight fans, for the Big Earl's four-legger. All right, I think we have a very similar situation to last week, which paid off big time for the Big Earl. And I'm going to tell you how to bet this in a second. All right, Senate 7. Let's get the Baker's six-legger.
Okay, so I'm very similar, but I'm going to throw in some extra guys there. So I got Saul Kill again. I agree with Joe on Tainara. I did the fight breakdown for you. She is 100% going to win. Davale again. If you lose to damage, just hang it up. Miller Souza, and the other one I'm going to throw in on there is Steven Asplund. He's this guy that came on the Contender Series. Used to be super fat, so he's got a lot of loose skin, so people don't take him seriously. But he's got power in them hands, and I'm telling you, I wouldn't be surprised if there's another first-round knockout against Laramie Pat. So $10 will get you about $50. It's a super safe six-legger, but with six-leggers, I got to be a little safer for you guys. So Saul Kill, Tainara, Asplund, Daval, Miller, Souza, and I am feeling very good about that six-legger.
Yeah, it's tough to hit six-leggers. It's tough to hit four-leggers. And I believe, Joe, are you three in a row? You're four of your last five. Four of your last five for sure.
I'm 23 in my last 24.
Yeah, it's unreal. Unreal how he's picking. And then Senate 7, I think 2 out of the last 3 six-legs have hit.
Yeah,
so
but
it's like
what people like our veteran brothers or people that aren't familiar to the gambling world don't understand is like six-leggers aren't real. Like they're the Easter bunny. People they don't pick them every week and say, hey, stake my reputation on it. Nobody does that. Most people do a three-legger and that's about it. And I've seen every handicapper there is out there. So, we can pick with anyone on the planet. They just don't know who we are yet.
Better than anyone on the planet. Better. All right. So hey, let's get Bob Memory's back on Facebook after his 1-year ban. So maybe I'll get him to appreciate that we've been banned and maybe get some love. But all right, I'm gonna put 75 on the four-legger, and then I'm gonna get spicy here, not by accident because I won so much money last week. I'm gonna do 20. All right, I'm gonna do 20. Hopefully I don't do 200 unless it hits. That'll be great. So we're gonna go 20 on this. 20 on the six-legger, putting me at $95 exposure. And then looking at the card and what they said, I'm going to take the over in the Elkins-Del Val fight. And I'm going to put 25 on that. And then I am going to take and then I'm probably going to put, depending on how it goes with that, if I hit that 25, I'm going to roll that over and bet Sal Kid in the main event and try to double that up. So we're going to definitely do that. Take who?
Sal Killed to finish.
Sal Killed to finish. Okay, by TKO?
Just finish.
He could possibly sub him. He is a black belt, so that's the tough part about that.
All right. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll roll it over on that. So putting my max exposure at $115. That's not too bad, seeing as I took home like $450 last week. Let's go. Playing with house money. We're going to do it. And I have a big shout out to somebody who's been on this show a few times. He's been on this fight show a few times. Daniel Dexter. All right. The Flatlander from Illinois. He won the Veteran Golf Association's Illinois tournament. So he got invited to the Liberty Cup in Pinehurst, where when he just competed in that Sunday, Monday, and the top 4 from each branch then move on and play in the finals that they air on July 4th on the Golf Channel. And Daniel Dexter took first. All right, so he is going to go play on TV. That's a huge shout out. But we need to get him. We need to get him on the show. If you don't know what the VGA is, you got to go check it out. If you're looking to donate to something that's really cool, maybe donate to it. But if you're a veteran and you like to golf and you don't get to play some of the really cool courses, that's what the VGA does. All right, you got to pay for it though. However, you get to go on courses that you don't normally get to go on. So I've gotten to play in about 4 events out here in California on courses that are really hard to get on, and they block off like 20 tee times, and you still got to pay a reduced greens fee rate, but you get to go play a course that you have to usually plan 6 months out. So it's really, really cool. Go check out the VGA. Is started by a paratrooper, 2P guy. So we like him. Old retired, got out as a captain, I believe, Captain or Major Josh Payton. Awesome dude. Very, very awesome. And then upcoming shows. We have the Talk Monkey will be on tomorrow. That is a great show. I don't know if you guys have been following it, but what Tanner Port has done, go to talkmonkey.com, get your real news from it. We're going to talk about the Strait of Hormuz again. We're bringing on an expert who was in CENTCOM, retired SF guy, has a lot of knowledge on the area. So we're going to have him on, and he's going to give you what's actually going on over there. Because I know a lot of you are wondering, watching the news, and Trump said that he's won this war 65 times. So we're gonna get to see where we're actually gonna get to see what's going on with it. And then we're gonna do a recording. Bill will eventually just have this recorded so that we can just play it at the end of the show. But Bill, who are we donating to? If we got a little bit extra cash, who are we giving it to?
Again, GoldStarTeenAdventures.org is a phenomenal organization. It started out with just Gold Star kids from the military, and they expanded to first responders. GoldStarTeenAdventures.org, they take Gold Star kids from across America and they bring them in together. They give them camping trips, fishing trips. They get them scuba certified, anything you can think of. But the whole point was, so these kids aren't only remembered on a sad day and Memorial Day, they remember all year round and all the way up through college. And they've won awards for how much money goes straight to the kids and not the fluff of an organization. So please go to goldstarteenadventures.org.
Awesome. Nice plug there. All right, we're not going to sign off just yet because we got to start getting warmed up for the NFL. All right, we got to start getting warmed up. And there has been some serious money thrown around in the last 3 days. Not sure if you're tracking, but the Baltimore Ravens, who happen to be the favorite to win the Super Bowl, which I think is horse hockey, do not put any money on them to win the Super Bowl.
I agree with that.
They just gave the Ravens. They just gave $140 million to Flowers, a receiver. Negative. All right, we've talked about this before on the show.
Zay Flowers?
Yes,
they're nuts.
Yes. They're nuts. Bijan got a good contract, which Bijan deserves because Bijan touches the ball 50 times a game. All right. So, like, he's pretty much the quarterback. They just, get it to that. Get the ball to that guy. Right. And they find a way. Now, he's got this Detroit thing on, and there's drama in Detroit. There's drama. All right. Are they going to pay the running back the money that he wants? Because that's a death sentence, too. That's a death sentence when you give a running back that much money.
Well, Jameer?
Yeah. And it just takes one hit on those guys.
I'm assuming if he has a year like Bijan, I mean, if they feel the same way about him at the end of the season as they do right now, then yeah, he's going to get a deal.
I mean, he's holding out right now. So
that's what I'm saying.
Drama in Detroit.
Yeah, but you know what though? Jalen Duren just did that in the offseason, and it bit him in the ass when Walker Kessler got a big contract over him. Now, I know I'm talking about NBA, but you got to know what your market is, and not a bunch of running backs are – it's not 1994. Running backs don't run this league anymore, and they can be dealt. And I really hope Jahmyr Gibbs never gets dealt. And I hope he stays healthy and has a long career. But let's be reasonable. Guys with that kind of athleticism, Reggie Bush-style athleticism, you're prone to getting banged up.
Yep, and then
He
he
moves
had
so
two of the
goddamn
three
fast.
fastest time. He had two of the three fastest times that he covered the miles per hour last year on the field.
That's why
So
Christian McCaffrey always has problems below the waist because he's so effing fast. He's
it's
putting too much
ridiculous.
torque on those ligaments, dude.
But if you do have a little bit of extra money right now and you want to get something where the odds are juicy, I think right now they have the Patriots over under on wins at 10.5.
Well,
take the under.
Yeah.
I think they're
the
overselling
under.
that one.
It's because they loaded up on receivers, which again I don't agree with. Loaded up on receivers, and they had a cakewalk schedule last year. A cakewalk. Look at their schedule this year. It is very, very possible that they only win 8 to 9 games.
Well, see, that's the difference between the Belichick Patriots and these Patriots. The Belichick Patriots, if they would have went to the Super Bowl and got fucking manhandled like that, they would have looked at it as a failure and how can we fix this?
Yep.
These Patriots are like, oh, we got them. How do we add to this gem? And they're wrong.
Yep. So, and again,
Need a bunch of
these
guys
are
that
early
follow
season
Joe.
prop bets. Can they get hot? Sure, but I mean, and the ball always bounces funny ways. But look at that schedule. Take 5 minutes and look at the Patriots schedule this year.
Give me
not easy.
10 of the meanest fucking linemen I can find, and I'll build a champion. That's what they do, you know.
Yep, exactly. All right, fight fans, there you have it. You got your picks. Put your money down, and remember, if you don't have a lot of money, don't gamble. And then on the Trash Talk Hour on Saturday, we'll talk about that tomorrow on Talk Monkey, so we won't have to cover it too much. We got a great guest coming on, a British Army guy, all right, who's doing a lot of things not only in England but also in America for prevention. So fought with some paras before, jumped with some paras before. It'd be a good time to hang out with them and make fun of their accents. So it should be a lot of fun. Other than that, we will see you guys. Hopefully you put your money on. We'll see our reels on Saturday, making you some money.